Hello, everybody. Welcome to Echo Underground. I am Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about music, movies, and
proper hair care because this. We talk about proper hair care on this podcast, and how to treat it, and keep it good and volumetric and healthy.
First of all, what the hell is volumetric?
I'm just saying the words I see on the Maybelline commercials. Okay, leave me alone.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever. You ain't got nothing to say. Yeah.
Volumetrics is not on no Maybelline commercial. No, it's not.
You're probably right, but I'm just spouting bullshit now. I don't know, guys.
Anyway, hit us up on Twitter, Echo U Podcast. Retweet this. Let us know what you guys think. And I'm going to get... So today's podcast is about the new Netflix original called Nappily Ever After.
Mm-hmm.
And short synopsis, basically, this girl who has her whole life figured together and defines herself by a hair. One day, her boyfriend doesn't propose. And she loses her shit. She cuts her hair, and now she has to figure out what really makes her beautiful and what she actually wants in her life. Insane. So, I'm going to give this movie an A. I think it was such a good movie. It had a lot of messages. It talked about, one, it's the black women, especially, loving who they are, with hair, without hair. It had very good actors and actresses, starring the one and only Sanaa Lathan, who I remember all the way back from The Wood and Love and Basketball and Best Man, all those movies. And he talked about a lot of things of older generation putting pressure on the younger generation to look a certain way. And how times are changing and how people need to love themselves first before they can love anyone else and be themselves. So a lot of good messages, very, very entertaining movie, and I appreciate the ending of the movie. So yeah, solid A. Your turn?
I'm gonna give it also an A. I'm really honestly mostly into this movie because of Shanique's reaction to almost everything that was going on here. Because, don't get me wrong. I know this movie is like, I feel like the people who can relate to this most are going to be like, the African-American females. Shanique being one made this all too real. I was like, man, she seemed like she getting taken back into a time machine here or something. But it was good, though. The movie was fun, it's definitely some themes that, even though I'm not a female with female hair, because I don't maintain my hair at all. Even when I had hair, I didn't maintain it. But, it's just one of those things that gives you insight into what they got to deal with. And, even outside of here, just like, how to, like, carry yourself, the kind of person you should be dating, the way you should talk with your inside voice or outside voice. It's a very, like, prim and proper way, because I think she said it in the movie herself, black moms put a lot of pressure on their black daughters to, act like they from somewhere pretty much. And the movie pretty much opens up with that. But, yeah, it's a pretty dope movie.
Okay. So, before we get into it, there will be spoilers. So, in my opinion, you should watch this movie and let us know what you guys think of it. It's on Netflix if you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very good service. So, get it if you don't have Netflix. And from here on out, if you don't want to be spoiled, walk away. Watch the movie and then come back. If you don't even care about being spoiled, stay around for the ride. So, getting into this movie, it opens up and you're introduced to Vi, the lead girl. And she's basically put together, makeup right. It opens up where, like, she wakes up, she sleeps with a wrap, and she unwraps her hair, and it's all natural, and it's straight and stuff. And she basically makes sure that she looks perfect in the morning for her man, right? Her mom comes over and, like, does her hair as well. Oh, before I forget, there was a flashback. So we can talk about this flashback. It kind of set her up on a journey of, my hair needs to look this way. But she talks about how, basically, she's at a pool. Her mom's like, don't go in the pool. But she's the only kid who cares about going in the pool and getting her hair wet. And she's, like, 10.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, yeah, I want to go in the pool. She sees this boy. He's like, oh, I bet I can hold my breath longer. And basically, she gets in the pool. She goes in, fucks up her hair. And the boy starts making fun of her, and the kids start making fun of her. And her mom kind of doesn't respond in the way a mother should. What did you think of this flashback?
I couldn't relate because, when you're in a black community, I've always been around people like who can get in the water without worrying too much. I have had someone recently tell me that they're, not the biggest fan of the beach because they don't like the salt air getting into their hair, making it all frizzy or whatnot. But it's all good. They went whale watching with me anyway, and they ended up being fine. But
Yo.
anyways, but yeah,
the shade.
I thought the no shade, no trees, no shade.
All the trees.
But the initial scene
That's not why I don't like the beach, though. I'll call it out.
Guilty party. What the hell? This
nigga's looking at me directly in my eyes, like, oh,
they don't know that.
It doesn't matter. I'm calling out the bullshit. Okay, that's not why I don't like the beach. I don't like the beach because all you do is lay there and then occasionally go swimming. I could do that shit at a public pool. Why would I go to the beach for that? That's why I don't like the beach. So let's not put your own little narrative and spin on why I don't like the beach. Okay?
Got a whole toot over here.
Yes, because I'm getting shaded. He's like staring me dead in my eye, like, oh, so someone don't like the beach because of salt in their hair.
Yeah.
That's not why. Because it's nothing to do there.
Listen, considering, I'm sure Vi would definitely have that.
Okay, yeah, Vi was tripping.
Because her mom in the initial scene was like, she's looking at her on the edge of the water, looking to go into the pool. She's like, "Yo, don't do it! Don't you listen to that little white boy?" And sure enough, she jumps into the pool, and it goes back to what Shanique said. And at the end of the movie, they even allude to this as well.
No, they didn't allude.
They allude to something in the past. Anyways, I don't know.
They flat out explained what happened because we never saw what happened after she jumped in.
Right? Yeah, they pretty much explained that, and we're not at the end of the movie yet, but yeah, pretty much the mom's reaction is pretty much what set Violet up for the rest of her life, between how she carries herself, how much she takes care of her hair, because as we are about to find out, she is really paranoid about her hair.
Yeah. Okay, but. That flashback basically proved that, parents could fuck up their children with the littlest things, and you don't even think you're doing that much damage to your children. So basically, yeah, in the future, you see Violet. She got this apparently good-looking doctor man, depending on your taste. He's coming up in the world. His name is Clint. She's in this fancy house because she's this big marketing person, and everyone looks at her when she walks by. She basically has, she has dinner with her friends, and she's like, oh, are you sure it's not gonna rain? Are you sure it's not gonna rain? And that was getting on my nerves. I'm like, I know when I had my hair straight, I hated rain, but I wasn't always constantly checking the weather. I wasn't. She was extra.
Hey, how much precipitation is gonna be in the air? How many rain clouds gonna be above?
That's ridiculous. That's too much work. And then the other thing, when she did her dishes, she leaned it all the way back from the dishwasher that's
not even getting the Clint's problem.
Right, and she's just waving her hair. It reminded me of a video, thing from The Real, when Tamar Braxton was on The Real, and they had confetti fall from there. Because she didn't want it to get in her hair, she literally flung her hair back and it looks so ridiculous. And I should link it because it's that. She was like, no, we don't do confetti in the hair. Thing is, that ain't even her real hair. But whatever. But she was dead ass serious about not getting that. And it was the same type of situation. I'm like, I was careful with my hair, but not to that level. I thought that was.
Careful and paranoid are definitely two separate things here.
I was like, if you get messy, you get messy. I can't really do much about it. But that was funny to me. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, you doing team too much. Then basically we do all that. Then comes the dinner.
Well, we're moving a little too fast though, because we haven't really set up Clint between her relationship with.
Oh, okay. Well, Clint, he's a piece of shit. Next song. Yep.
Anyways, I'll get into it since Shanique won't. So, and also, by the way, this is another thing that shows her how paranoid she is. Even when, making love with him, she's like, yo, we doing whatever we want to do, but we not involved in my hair. Don't grab it, don't stroke it, don't touch it, don't go near it. And she was like, yo, anyways, it was interesting because it kind of just set up how paranoid she really was.
Hey, look, she just got her hair done by her mom.
Anyways,
at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Anyways, we ain't worried about them and their little problem with the mom just yet, because we gonna get in on her a little bit. But pretty much for Clint, they've been together for 2 years, and she's thinking, her birthday's coming around. He's probably gonna be planning something real big. She's hoping to get proposed to. Now, this ends up being like one of the things that set this whole story in motion here, because now when it comes to Shanique's part, the dinner, that's where things kind of go wrong. Because if anyone has seen the trailer for this on Netflix, you'd realize that
he gives her a fucking dog.
All this gets set up and she doesn't even get a dog, a ring. She gets a dog.
See, here's the thing that fucked me up with this. Clint was bugging. You don't make an announcement on no damn dog.
Mm-hmm. It's not that big of a deal for a whole toast. That's
like he was being extra. He set her up, and the worst part is he put it in a little thing like you expect a ring. If you're with a woman,
yeah, don't put anything in a ring size box.
No, you don't do that.
No, absolutely don't do that shit.
Unless you know what type of girl you with.
Yeah,
if she's okay with you like doing that, no, don't set her up like that. Especially when you've been together for like a couple years. No, don't do that. He had this whole ringside box. It was a dog collar. Then he had this bigger box, and it was a tiny chihuahua looking dog. I don't even think it was a chihuahua. It was a chihuahua. So, and I was just like, you made a whole toast in front of her mother and everything for a dog? You could have did that shit at home. Strike 1 and 2 for Clint. 3 was, to me, the argument. But we'll get there. Actually,
yes, that's actually really next,
yeah, because she was like complaining, like, this nigga got me a dog. What's wrong with me? And the mom's like, nothing's wrong with you. It'll happen in time. Which technically the mom was right, but he wasn't right for her, in my opinion.
She was wrong about how she goes about everything else anyways. So
right. So they get home, and she don't like the dog. She's like, you gave me a dog named Lola. And instead of a fucking ring. And he's like, whoa. What? You thought I proposed? And she's like, yeah, we've been together 2 years. We live together. I mean, what's the deal here?
Right.
Do you not? You say you love me and all this other stuff? What's happening? And he's like, I had to ask your assistant, what's your flavor flower? What's this, and this? And he's like, I feel like I'm never going to impress you. It's always a first date with you. You never let your hair down. It really just crushed her. Broke her heart a little bit. But while he was right, I don't like his delivery. I don't like him. And, like, I feel like as much as he bitched about her being, like, too perfect, that's the version of her he liked. So, strike 3 and done, Clint. Actually, no. He got another one coming. But
I don't hate Clint, and I can see where he's coming from. His delivery didn't really bother me. But my real problem with this, at least for this part of the movie anyway, is that he said y'all were together for 2 years. 2 years is a long time to like not get these grievances out the way. Cause
let's
say one sec, I'm sorry, but let's just say that at the party, that little ring size box, not only does she, maybe she doesn't think it's a ring in there, in some weird world. Everybody else at the party gonna be thinking it's a ring because it's like a couple dozen heads in there and it's in a ring size box, and she's been telling everybody. She's been telling everybody
that he don't know that.
I mean, yeah, he don't know that, but like either way, like read the room, like read the occasion. I mean, don't get me wrong. It might just fall into the whole thing where like he just can't read her, I guess. So he can't really read that she wanted to get proposed to.
No, is he being dumb? Cause like first of all, he bought the ring size box. Everyone was like,
yeah, that's a bad move. Right.
Everyone gasped thinking it was a ring.
No matter what.
So I was like, no side passes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't have as many grievances with him as Shanique does. Mm-hmm. I just think that it's one of them things that you can't really complain about that 2 years in. Even outside the whole marriage argument, let's say it was just about how well you know your girl. You should know her a little bit better in 2 years. And if you really think that she's being that guarded about like her life because she's so perfect or whatever, you gotta bring that up. Like, y'all gotta communicate that shit out there before, like, this happens. Before she thinks you're gonna be ready to marry her and you gonna be, like, looking dumb when you thought that was gonna happen. Because she's like, yo, that's the real reason we're not married. I still think we're on a 2-year-long first date.
And, like, here's why I didn't like Clint. I definitely didn't like her at some points in this movie. Mm-hmm. But I definitely don't like him in this because you tell me you didn't know all these things and you just thought to ask.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
How you date someone for 2 years and don't ask these questions? Funny thing enough, she probably knows all that about him.
Probably.
He didn't get to know her. He didn't try.
No, it's not that he didn't try. It
didn't seem like he tried.
Well, I mean, they're not spelling out the whole 2 years either, for real. Like he's like,
we're not giving a nigga a pass.
We never tried, anything in the shower. You don't like doing X, Y, and Z in the rain. Like you're always like on professional mode.
But why didn't he never just relaxed. Ask her?
I know that's what I was saying. My point, like they never communicated that. That's literally what I was just saying. Like, yo, y'all just never communicated that for 2 whole years. You should have brought that up.
To me, that's not trying. Because if you never ask,
I'm saying we don't know if he tried. To be honest, I'm gonna go back.
I'm
just
going
saying,
based off the movie.
Well,
because he didn't know the answer, that means he did not try to ask. And because, like, think about it. Even in the morning, he does bring it up later in the movie where we get there. He doesn't think to ask, like, you're always making breakfast. Maybe I should. He doesn't do any of those thoughtful things. He's the type of dude who thinks he's being a better boyfriend than he actually is. He's not a bad dude, but he's just not the dude for her. And he's a little bit superficial.
Yeah. As we find out later, yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, they break up. And she loses her shit.
Well, remember, she get her hair wet first, the whole salon thing.
No, but that hair wet thing. Oh yeah, we skipped that part, but that was before the party. Because
that's true. That's right.
That's before the party. When she at the party, she has a weed because she has an incident. So let's go back. She's paranoid of getting her hair wet, right? Basically she walks out and then these 2 kids spray the fuck out of her hair. She freaks the hell out. Says, "Yo, I need my hair done. I can't have my shit looking like raggedy and stuff." Which in her opinion is kinky or whatever. Even though, as we learn later, she looks really good in like short hair and natural. But, kinky and everything. She's like, "I can't have my hair look raggedy, so take me to the first salon that pays." She does do that. And she goes to the salon. She meets this little girl. What's the daughter name?
Alicia?
Something that's not normal.
Zoe. I'm sorry. Zoe. That's her name.
The other woman was Alicia.
Yeah,
that was
right.
the hairstylist.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's right.
Zoe, basically, she meets this little girl, Zoe, who has her natural hair. And they kind of get into a tiff. And which leads to the scene where I would have had to beat this little girl's ass. Fuck the father being there. Hands on sight.
No, I'm catching a felony today.
Apparently. So, Zoe, in her feelings, instead of giving the shampoo lady shampoo or conditioner?
Conditioner, right.
She gives her fucking relaxer.
Was that why her hair was so hot?
Yes.
I didn't realize.
She's like, "Oh, my shit's burning."
Yeah.
She gives her a relaxer and basically gives her a perm without her knowing. And unfortunately, her hair started falling out. Now, mind you, there's a scene where she goes blonde and it's actually her real hair. If she would have kept her hair color, she still would have looked nice. I thought she looked okay with the blonde, but it didn't feel like it was her.
Right.
She gets her relaxer and she freaks the fuck out. So, take it away. What do you think about the salon scene?
I mean, I just thought it was like a good little character setup for everybody because, you know, that's where we meet Will as well, Zoe's dad. He's the owner of the salon. And that's where we meet Zoe, who... I'm glad they have like another young girl in here, kind of show like the actual like transformation between like, you know, the old school way of doing it and like the new school way of doing it after Violet kind of gets like her life together with her love for her new look. So I like you know, the fact that Zoe was in there to kind of show that contrast because, you know, she's what's current right now. She's about maybe how old Violet was back in that flashback.
Yeah, she's about 10. Yeah.
Right. So like, you know, that's cool that they have that incorporated. And as the movie goes on, it showed how much she kind of changes along the way. Because she's like a tomboy. She shoplifts. She's not exactly the happiest child because her mom is not in her life. Because the mom was just like, "Yo, baby suck, I'm out."
Yep. Hey.
So it was like that. But it was kind of cool to have her later on become like a female figure in her life to show her that, you know, you're beautiful. You know, this is how you carry yourself while still feeling good about yourself. Don't like, you know, cater to like the man's need and all that. So I thought that scene was a good setup for what was to come anyway. So it's a good little introduction to see how annoying she can be right now and how much she changes later.
Yeah. And that's actually one of my favorite parts of this movie, Zoe and Vi's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really good touch. I like that, well, we'll get there. But, so after that happens, she wears her weave and then, like, now she goes through a crisis. She dyes her hair blonde because when she walks out of, I don't know where she's walked from, I guess her job or something, she sees a couple and this blonde woman with natural hair, but is dyed blonde. And she's like, maybe that's what I need. Because her man was attentive and everything. So I think her blonde, dressed a little tight, and they go to the club. Her friends are like, girl, this blonde ain't for you. Let's not do this. But they're supportive. I like her friends. And they basically go to the club. She meets this white guy, and it leads to the most awkward ass sex scene I've ever seen in my life. It
wasn't good.
No.
Not for either party.
Nope. He got his head all busted. She realized she's being dumb. And she tries to run back to Clint, too, because she has a conversation with a cab driver. What's up with this movie where, like, the cab drivers know everything about life?
Man, I'm trying to find that cab driver, because now, I don't know, man. Me and you've been in Ubers right now, and you know I'm the talkative one, but, like, none of them would be giving me, like, deep-ass advice the way they be giving, like, especially these old heads, too. Like, yo, they be...
It's always some old black man.
Dropping the knowledge. Like, with the old hat.
Yeah,
you know
it's either that or it's like some Indian guy. It's always the same thing. It's just old men.
Let's make it find hella wisdom in your
Who's
Ubers
been
and
married,
your lips, okay?
Been like 20 years
right.
or some shit. And the wife died. Like a whole backstory. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, the pieces of the puzzle, you know, men and women were different.
A fit is a fit is a fit.
Yep, exactly. So she goes to run and she tries to go get her man back, Clint. But she sees Clint with this doctor. And she's like, oh. You didn't, like, Mike was mad at this part, but I totally got her in this scene. Because it's like, yo, y'all just broke up.
Yeah, and she also went home with a guy. That's why I got mad, because she's being kind of hypocritical. The only difference is she didn't end up having sex with the guy.
Okay, but, like,
but she made
from her point of view, he's trying to have a relationship. Sex and a relationship is two different things.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like, if he was just hooking up, I think she'd be less mad. But from his point of... I think so.
He was single later on anyway. They never said that he broke up with the girl. He just, like, it might have just been someone he was stacking up with or rebounding with.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
Well, we don't know that either, to be honest.
But I'm saying from her point of view, she didn't know that. It looked like he was having a relationship.
If it's from her point of view can be wrong. Because, like I said, the audience don't know that, and we don't know if that's what the author intended.
I'm just saying, from her point of view, she saw that he was having a relationship. Even if we don't know it's true, and she don't really know it's true. That's what she thought, and that's why she was in her feelings. And also, she had a cup of liquor in her. So, things look...
A little bit more than a cup of liquor.
Hey, I was trying to... She had liquor and honey in her hair, and she was just going through some shit. And in her mind, she's like, oh, we were together 2 years, and then you don't wait, and you have a new girlfriend. I get that. I get her anger from that. I don't think Clint was worth shit anyway, so at this point, I'm over this drama. But, and basically, she gets drunk some more at home. She looks in the mirror, and she's like, fuck my hair.
Yep.
And just cut it all off. And I was like, ooh, Jesus Christ.
You know, it's crazy because me and Shanique were both happy for her for that. She looked happy at that moment. Because Shanique called, she was like, yo, that next day is not going to be fun.
No, because she looked too drunk to remember she did that. She probably thought she had a full head of hair until she looked in that damn mirror.
She was definitely bloodshot eyes, like, in the mirror, too, because she was not ready to be, like, facing herself.
And then she was walking around like a cancer patient afterwards.
Yeah.
And then she's like, and then the people were like, yeah, you gonna get ignored. You look like you don't like your damn hair and look like you sick. Like, what the hell?
Like you're just not owning the shit.
Yeah. So once she started owning it, people were like, oh, yeah. Her boss is like, I don't know. And then she tries to, like, she gets her boss to give her a new, you know, position instead of beauty stuff. Even though she went back to that, but we'll get to that. Instead of beauty stuff, he did the beer stuff.
Yeah.
And everything's going good. She runs into Will and Zoe again, and they start to have a relationship. And I like that relationship. What do you think of that threesome of Will, Zoe, and
I thought it was one of the cutest things. Cause like I said, it's just one of them things where it's like, because you know how I'll listen to the movie, listen to you pretty much about how you went through X, Y, and Z with your hair. I'm like, dang, you know, seeing what I'm assuming was not what you went through. Go through with Zoe. I was like, oh, this is really sweet, because clearly a lot of black girls are having like a miserable experience with dealing with their hair. And you know, Zoe came in at a time where she had like a good person who just went through all that and just got the fuck over it, and she had like a more pleasant time. Like, this is a person who's like not saying, you know, this is your standard and you need to meet it. Like, you know, say, hey, you come first, make yourself happy. Now, I think the whole thing with Will is a little interesting too, because they started off on the wrong foot, but we kind of saw that whole little thing come from a mile away, because To be fair, I saw like a potential surrogate mother because obviously the mother wasn't there. So I feel like he already found that attractive, and he's a nice guy. No, I don't really have much of a complaint with Will, to be honest.
Yeah. Will, the last movie I saw him in, well, I didn't see it. He was the husband in Acrimony, and he was giving me Clint vibes in this, and now he's a good guy in this. And I was like, all right, cool. And I like the dynamic between the three, and I thought Will was the better man out of Clint and them. So basically, Vi and Will have a thing. They're all like, yeah, we feeling each other, but we not doing what we doing. They're dating, taking it slow, getting to know each other.
Which was going for a couple months because her hair grew back for a little bit too.
Yeah,
so.
She got that new growth.
Right.
So basically that happens. It goes to hell though.
Yeah.
When they finally go to their mother's 4th of July party. Well, Vi's mother's 4th of July. Vi still wants to impress her mom, so she doesn't handle the situation right. I think Will may have overreacted.
I agree.
But I understand why.
But he's not wrong, right?
Yeah. She was kind of acting embarrassed for him, but she was trying to talk him up, but she didn't do it the right way.
Like he owns a business instead of just saying he owns a salon or X, Y, and Z.
Like, which both are true. It'd be worse if she just lied about what the hell he does.
Mm.
And she tried to defend him a little bit, but yeah, she didn't handle her mom. Her mom's bougie. She basically wants her daughter to marry someone who has wealth or will have wealth, or it's a certain type of family and everything, because she wants a certain lifestyle for her child. I understand that, but I think you should want your daughter to be with someone who really loves them, instead of like someone who loves them but only because they only see one side.
Right.
And that's what I felt. I don't think Will's in love with her, but could be one day, because he really did like her. So yeah, that goes to hell. Her relationship with Will goes to hell. She goes home, starts doing the dancing. Me and Michael are like, hey, get it. She was getting it.
That's the song bumping, man.
Yeah, it was. It was fucking bumping. It was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And once that happens,
Sanaa got the moves, man.
Clint shows up again. And Michael's like,
I knew this was going. Exactly. I knew it was going. Like, oh, here come the bullshit.
I knew she was going. Once she said, I got to shower, he was like, oh yeah,
right, here we going.
We're going to have sex in the shower.
Exactly, right.
And so,
like, you already foreshadowed that in the beginning of the movie anyway, so.
Yeah, so I was like, alright. So they get on in the shower, and the next day he's like, marry me. Right. I'm like, first of all, what'd she do? She put it on him like that?
Listen.
Her game is so strong, apparently. I don't know. Michael just shaking his head. I don't know. Because all of a sudden he wanted to marry her. And I was like, whoa.
Give credit to the dude, too, because she said yes. So he must have done something right, too. All right.
Well, she wanted to marry him before.
Well, now he's willing to take the yes, though. Now he's willing to like actually get down on one knee.
So, okay, all she had to do was shake her ass and give it to him in the shower, and now he wants to marry her?
He been missing out. For 2 years, he never got in the shower. He never got in the shower, not once. He did it one time, and his whole life got changed. He's like, yo, I'm willing to sacrifice everything and be with you now, yo. This is the new move, yo, son.
Okay, apparently, ladies, if you want a man to marry you.
Yeah, shake your ass and have him come in with dog pee on his shirt, and then, get down in the shower.
Yeah, no.
But if you've ever seen Sex Sent Me to the ER, you'd know why that's a bad idea. So,
Whew, Jesus. She almost killed that man.
Laid out. We remember it.
He was bleeding everywhere. It was a fucking crime
that was a murder scene. Hell yeah.
Michael was like, what the hell are you doing? Just call the people. Why are you dragging him and all this?
If I found out you did that to me, yo, we're breaking up.
What?
I'm talking to you. I'm talking for like in their position, but.
Yo, shut the hell up. I wouldn't do that, number one. Yeah. But I was just like, what the?
Yeah, moment you see me get a scratch, you better call the National Guard.
He busted his whole fucking head.
You need to let everybody and their grandmama know.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. She did something right in that shower, and he all of a sudden wanted to marry her. Even though, in my opinion, I think he really asked because there was a potential of someone else. Because she was like acting unsure about it. She's like, nah, I gotta lock this down. Right. But that also, hey, power of the pussy, apparently.
Hey, POP. Power of pussy.
Exactly.
But anyway, this kind of, unfortunately, this I think I'm jumping over a few things here, and I hope I'm not. But this actually goes into his hypocrisy now from the beginning of the movie, where he's like, "You're too perfect," because now he's like, "Come meet my parents. I want you to be perfect. Straighten your hair."
Yeah, and also, why is she just meeting his parents?
Also, facts. And I feel like he was saving it for the whole we're getting married thing. But I'm like, you just. I mean, I'm not gonna tell everybody how to live their life, but I think people want their parents to be meeting together before they get married.
Yeah, I mean, like, once you hit your 2-year mark, I feel like that's the perfect time, because it seems like a person sticking around. And, like, committed 2 years. Mm-hmm. Not like I've been on and off for 2 years.
Right.
No, don't waste.
Right.
If I had a child, they better know not to bring that to me. Okay? I'm like, you ain't with this person for consistency, and you gonna waste my time?
Right.
Nope.
I ain't about to bring in 7 little, Jack, Joe, and Johns.
I don't want to meet all of them.
Every other month. Like, you better stop, playing these streets like that. What the fuck? Settle down.
Hey, play it. No.
As long as you know what you're walking into. All right. Player.
No, I wouldn't want my daughter to be out there, like, busting it wide like that. No.
like Sanaa was with that song. Like, just...
Get it.
And I was saying that she quit her job too, because like her little thing fell through with the ad company with the beer.
But campaign. That was after, yeah. That was after her engagement fell through.
No, it was before. Like, she quit and then came home and started dancing with the dog.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought that was like.
She quit the job, came home, and that's when she started dancing. See, I guess she was letting loose because she had no job at that point, so fuck it.
You know what's funny? I thought that was after the party, but maybe you're right. Maybe it was after that. Well, anyway, she was busting wide. Anyway.
Wow, the word choice.
Sorry, but I meant
busting it wide.
She was dropping it. She was doing all that. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. So basically, she goes back to Will, the repose, and she's back into this mode. But now he wants her to straighten her hair. He wants her to look a certain way, and he becomes a hypocrite. I'm like, nigga, this is why I didn't like you from the jump. Yeah. I knew you were full of shit. I knew it. I spotted him. He's okay to look at. He's fucking Lincoln from the 100. If you ever watched that shit, he okay. He okay to look at, but no to whatever the fuck this was. And she realizes this. And she tells her mom at the engagement party. And she invites Zoe, which I thought that was really cute that they kept the relationship going after her relationship fell through with the dad.
Right.
And it shows to me that she actually cared about the little girl. So she invited Zoe. The mom don't like Zoe. Because Zoe got too much attitude. If it was my mom, pop. I'm going to slap. She got a little too much attitude. But I ain't like that mom too tough. So I ain't care. And basically, it was funny because she told a story about how the mom like dragged her out and everything, and it kind of goes back to the fake engagement party originally, where the sister brought up Vi's aunt was like, "Oh yeah, her hair got what they used to call her Willie Mays." She put her insecurities on her daughter,
right?
Which led to her losing her man eventually. Funny enough, that's what happened to her. The daughter is repeating her mom's mistakes. Oh, let's talk about the father real quick.
Oh, boy. I forgot about him talking about this.
Apparently, Mr. Sexy over here was like, you know what? Fuck insurance. I want to be a male model at like 53 or whatever the fuck his age was. And he put it out there. And I was like, go ahead. Go ahead.
Underwear model of all things.
And apparently, dick game is strong. Apparently.
Clearly, because...
all the ladies were like, woo!
And it's crazy, like, they're like young woman, younger than us. And the waitress, yep. I was like, you just got out of high school. How the hell? She's like, you want me to top you off? I was like, yo.
And then, the mom was like,
right.
Young heifer. Mm-hmm. Not hating. That's still her man. They ain't divorced.
I mean, yeah, but she wasn't supportive.
Okay, let me tell you something right now.
I'm playing. That was a joke.
If I was married to someone for 20 years, and you did this consistent job, and then you look me dead in my eyes, I want to be an underwear model when I'm almost senior citizen. Mm-hmm. I'm going to look at you like, nigga, what? And now I'm going to be like, I'm going to think, nigga, what? But I'll be like, okay, babe, let's make sure we got this corn right just in case. We got to pay bills while you trying to find yourself.
Hey, he found himself.
Yeah, he got a job. Yeah,
everybody found him.
His shit was on billboards, on everything, and the women were just coming, and he was like loving it. But he wasn't his wife.
Yeah.
He didn't want those other women.
Yeah, he was running the streets.
He wasn't. And then, they eventually got themselves together. But the engagement party was fun because I liked the pool scene.
That was one of my favorite scenes of that whole movie, yep.
Her and her friend jumped in the pool. Clint looked at her sideways. That relationship was dead. Because he didn't really love her. He loved the image that she portrayed to him.
Yeah.
And then when she started to, like, let loose and everything, he was like, oh, yeah, but I need you to be, like, what you were before I introduced you to your parents. The parents weren't feeling her instantly. They were like, And in my mind, I was like, fuck you, niggas.
Clinton was mad about it, too, because he was just there, like, just mugging, disappointed.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun thing until that pool scene. And then, basically, her job's over. She gets her shit together. Well, she does quit her job, I think. No, she does. Yeah, she does quit her job.
Mm-hmm.
But she does her own thing, and so she's still in the same field, just not at that company.
I think it was like a hair product company, wasn't it, or like a beauty supply company?
I think she's still doing her. Yeah, I think she's done her marketing shit, but she's marketing Will's product.
Right, exactly, right.
And she ended the movie basically alone, and I'm okay with that. A hint of Will, but she ended up by herself and being happy, and the soundtrack was amazing.
Right.
Do you have anything to say about the ending?
No, I'm comfortable with that too. I'm just glad that I'm assuming that because she's still working with Will, that Zoe still gets to be like one of those things who has like one of those girls who has like still a model in her life. That's a really important fact of this movie to me. The fact that because she had like a rough story going on with her. Like the dad hasn't heard her laugh in a while. She's out here probably getting caught shoplifting. Eat my words. She's shoplifting. She just don't got like a sense of humor no more, or something like that. And it's just really cool that because Will's still in the picture, obviously she's gonna still be in the picture with her as well. So I thought that all came together pretty well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. What else? I don't think so. I think we did. I think we skipped over some stuff, but watch the movie again. You'll get the rest of it.
Trust me, if you guys watch the movie, let us know because we did, but we caught all the major points.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
You'll be alright.
All right, closing remarks. A solid movie, another win for Netflix. It was worth the watch, in my opinion. You?
Oh yeah, easy, worth the watch. I like movies like Chris Rock's good hair. It was more like a documentary, but a lot of shades of that movie were an element to that movie.
$2,000 for weave.
Yeah, they said 12% of the population is buying 70% of all the weaves, so.
That's ridiculous. Black people, do better.
Hey, you know what? I mean, I like the natural look, but hey, it's what it is. Can't win them all.
Exactly. So hit us up on Twitter, Echo U Podcast, and also share this as well. Let us know what you guys think. You can find us on any podcasting apps, especially if you want to listen to us on your phone, and we're on most social media, I believe, at this point. All under Echo Underground Podcast. You have something to say?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, you in the background talking all this shit?
Nope.
All right. Well, bye then.
Bye.